When I, as a character in the game, gain enough experience, I gain a level. This is a big deal since levels are the way games keep track of what a character's abilities are and what challenges they can gain experience for. As I gain levels, two things happen. First, I will soon stop getting experience points for tasks I've already mastered. This forces me to seek out new challenges. Second, I gain new ability as I gain levels, making me much more competent and respected. One of the most engaging aspects of games is seeing a character develop new skills as they advance through levels. Since I am a relatively low-level character, my abilities, right now, are pretty limited. I am a much higher-level character. One of the engaging features of games is that players can tell I am higher level just by looking at me. Because of my level, earned by gaining experience points, I have abilities and skills that a lower-level character lacks. In games, these abilities are visual and obvious to make the game sell well, but the basic idea of continual development of quantifiable abilities also describes what college could be. Let's see how games might help universities better implement a program that supports student development. What would the university be like if colleges changed their graduation criteria from some number of credit hours to obtaining a given level? In this case, students would gain experience points for work completed, and their cumulative experience points would be used to determine a student's level. At my university, for example, a student might graduate when they became a 40th level engineer with 100,000 experience points. In this case, a level would be approximately equivalent to a class, or 3 credit hours. Students would typically gain 8 to 10 levels per year, giving immediate and concrete feedback on their progress, without the uncertainty of end-of-semester grades. A student's level would be determined by the number of experience points they earn based on a nonlinear curve, such as that shown in this figure. Learning opportunities early in the curriculum would provide relatively little experience, say 1,000 experience points per course, since the material is not as difficult. However, since the curve is steep for low experience, students would still gain 10 levels in the freshman year. In the senior year, the more challenging classes might be worth 4,000 experience points. This system, used in most games, ensures students can't graduate by taking only easy courses and gives more prepared students a chance to graduate more quickly by focusing on courses that offer more experience points. Under this system, students graduate when they reach 40th level, regardless of how they get there. This allows programs more freedom to set up alternative paths for non-traditional students. Rather than advancing in jumps only at the end of a semester, a student's progress through college is much smoother. Unburdened by a sequential curriculum, students could more easily personalize their studies to match their interests and abilities, while traditionalists will argue that students will not be prepared for advanced classes without a rigidly structured curriculum. Experience with games shows that players quickly discover the optimal path to an objective. Unlike the curriculum, level-based graduation is adaptive. The lessons of how to map paths to objectives and balance advancement with challenge have already been learned by game designers. One of the great benefits of college is belonging to a dynamic community that offers a myriad of extracurricular activities. But the dark truth behind the bucolic images is that few students take advantage of the many extracurricular activities that can help them develop intellectually. Professional clubs have spotty membership, talks by Nobel laureates are sparsely attended, and faculty bribe students with extra credit to get them to expand their intellectual horizons. This isn't necessarily due to lack of interest on the part of students. Rather, these are extracurricular, or outside the curriculum, activities, and unlike courses, these alternative professional development opportunities don't reward students with course credit that will appear on their transcript and advance them towards graduation. Games have a wonderful mechanism known as a quest to get players to undertake new explorations. Let's take a look at how quests function in the game World of Warcraft. In the game world, someone with an exclamation point over their head, such as this gentleman with the green shirt and the brown vest standing next to me, has a quest I can undertake. Completing a quest gives me an opportunity to gain experience, money, and/or gear. Quests take players to new parts of the world they are ready to explore, let them discover information they need, or introduce them to people who support their advancement. Like commerce in the real world, quests in the virtual world of Azeroth are the linchpin of exchange. As one of the game designers of World of Warcraft said in an interview, quest designers on World of Warcraft are like cruise directors for people's visits to Azeroth. It's up to the quest designer to be a good tour guide, coach, and dungeon master. With knowledge now readily available, shouldn't this also describe the job of faculty in a modern university? Adding quests to a college curriculum would be a big step towards the goal of personalized learning. In college, a quest would be any learning opportunity outside the curriculum that rewards students for participating. Here's a diagram of one of the more involved quest chains or sequence of quests in World of Warcraft. And here's the curriculum flowchart you saw earlier of the curriculum in my department. There are both similarities and differences. While both diagrams have the same relative complexity, the World of Warcraft quest chain is less linear, offers more paths to end goals, and more endpoints. This bar graph shows, hypothetically, the experience points gained by 3 students in a college modeled after games. Student number 1 on the left is traditional, earning most of his experience through coursework. Student number 3 on the right relies on quests as well as classes to advance towards graduation. Quests may also solve one of the most vexing problems facing higher education: how to share course content between universities. While many innovative classes have been developed, it is very hard to fit someone else's class into your curriculum. Today's universities are struggling to adapt to rapid technological change. Slowly, inexorably, the model of higher education that served society for 1,000 years is eroding as knowledge becomes free for the taking. Paradoxically, as the cost of information plummets, the cost of education skyrockets. The situation is unsustainable. The institution of the university cannot survive without embracing change. In this video, I have made the case that games, particularly the genre known as role-playing games, can serve as a model for tomorrow's university. Games have developed ways to monitor and measure development that could be easily adapted by colleges. The technology is mature and well understood. Games measure experience using both fine-grained and coarse-grained measures that are inherently more flexible than the curriculum structure in place at most universities. The explosive growth of games over the last 20 years shows that they excel at motivating and engaging students. Ideas from games can allow universities to overcome the barriers to personalizing education and allow content to be easily exchanged between institutions and programs. The emphasis in games on acquiring experience offers a replacement for the university's emphasis on acquisition of knowledge. If universities are to recapture the moral high ground, to return to their key mission of education, they must risk change.